What's up out there, everybody? I'm your host, Alan. Appreciate stopping by the show this morning where we made it to Friday, TGIF. Well, let's get into this thing. Cameron and Mace had Jey USO on, the wrestler, on the show, and after it was all over with, it got out of hand. It got out of hand. But my question to you is real or fake? Did you fall for the okie dokie? Let's get right into it. Well, it's all over the airwaves. Jey USO, WWE wrestler, comes on to Cameron and Mace It Is What It Is show, and then afterwards, he went and Jey USO went snatched Cameron over the desk, threw him on the floor, threw a couple of punches, and then they broke it up. My take on it, it was all staged. Anytime that you talking about the WWE or any form of wrestling, you know that it's probably fake. Let's talk about some things that would give you indications that you know it was fake. Well, Cameron and Mace, you know they're from the hood, man. So you telling me that Mace, after it happened, Mace just stood there and they broke him up and they said, "Oh man, you tripping. You think that really would have happened from somebody from the hood?" Now, next indication, there's a code amongst men, an unspoken code. You're not going to let anybody just do you any kind of way. Did you notice after he snatched him over the table, threw him on the floor, threw a couple of punches? You couldn't see his face. He covered his face up. He just laid on the floor. He did not fight back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's a code amongst men. You're not going to let anybody, excuse me, you're not going to let anybody do you like that. Hell, there's a code amongst women. You're not going to let somebody just do you like that, and you're going to take it. Now, we all know Cameron's an actor. He's an actor. Next indication. Every podcast afterwards, Jey USO has been on him. He was on the show with Shannon and them. He's been on every podcast after that. He's been on these podcasts. So what does that tell you? Just another reason to build publicity for the next WWE fight that's coming up. WrestleMania, or whatever it's called. But I never thought I'd see a day where podcasters would be doing this type of stuff. Now, we've already seen podcasters like Jake Paul or YouTubers like Jake Paul make it out to a successful, make a lot of money, not a damn successful boxing career. And now you see all these YouTubers doing, but I never thought I'd see a day when a show with famous guys like Cameron and Mace will fall to this level of stupidity. I call it stupidity because the reason I say it's stupid, they don't need that to get views. They don't need that to get likes. They don't need that to get clicks. They're already popular stars who do not need that. That is not the way you create. Well, I guess that's the way they create content, to get likes. But I think that right there kind of puts a tank on their show. But now everybody's tuning in. Hell, I'm doing a video on it. Everybody's tuning in. Now you want to pay attention to what goes on. And it just isn't right. It just isn't right. Now, the guy Jey USO, who is he? Hell, I don't know who he is. I just don't know. But another thing is, haven't you seen all these episodes? Like when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. It's always somebody that the other person can take advantage of. I didn't see him wanting to do that with Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco on there when they were on this show. They were just as humble. He was just as humble as he could be. These type of stories right here are the type of stories that I guess that are keeping the airwaves going. Maybe another distraction for what's really going on in the world these days. But I want you to get in the comments and tell me, did you fall for the okie dokie? And if it was real, let's just take for instance, if it was real. Well, damn, Cameron, we don't need to hear you getting sassy with nobody else. If this was real, and you took that and laid on the floor like a little girl, no disrespect to the women out there, but if you laid on the floor like a little girl after this man snatched you off over a counter and punched you for the whole world to see, then you need to keep it moving. You don't need to be talking crap to all these guys that come on the show. You don't need to be doing that. You don't need to be doing it. But once again, I did not fall for the okie dokie. I did not fall for the okie dokie because I do not believe that another grown individual will let another man disrespect them to that level. Just can't see it. Just can't see it happening. I want you to jump in the comments. I want you to tell me what you think about it, and whether you think it was real, whether you think it was staged, and whether or not you think that it's good for creating content from people who don't really need to do that to get their word and their show out there to the public. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. This is a treacherous world we live in. And out here in these YouTube streets, it's funky, baby. It's funky. This is Alan. We'll see you tomorrow morning on the weekend recap. I'm definitely you.